The primary force on earth is still love, even though it seems to many of you as though there is only war and violence, conflict, hatred, envy, and all those emotions of the lower vibrational energies. Earth is not ruled by money, and it is not ruled by greed. The primary force of Earth is love. Earth would not have survived for as long as it did without love. So naturally, in this time of the year, for the part of the world where you live in, winter time, autumn time, darker times, colder times, times where density is more closely felt and it's more palpable for you all. In summer, you are all more outgoing. Positive spirits are easier to reach for you. Positive energy is all around you. Nature shows you how easy it is to be outgoing, to be blooming, to be sending seedlings around you, to be reaching out to the next one, to make connection. Nature all around you in summer is making connection. The roots are growing faster. Little seedlings are sent on their way. Communication is at a peak. Now is withdrawing time. Nature withdraws, keeping the force of life closest to its core, reaching only out at minimum to the next neighbor, communicating when it's best to let go of all the leaves. So naturally, humans find their nest more closely now. They're more within walls. They connect more to their inner self. They connect more to their closest siblings and family, the closest connection around them. It is not easy to keep the light, but it is the most necessary thing for you all to do now. And winter is at its peak, at its darkest time, at the beginning of your next year. This is most difficult for you all to do because you have been keeping it, you have been doing it for a few months, but it is the most necessary then. So in this time of your year, of your cycle of the year, please remember to stay inward, to look inward, to reflect upon yourself. Take your moment of silence every day. And come to yourself in a sharing within yourself, with your highest self. In summertime, you do this with your fellow humans more and more, but in wintertime, you do it with yourself more. And please remember that this is a good time for you to keep connections, to keep the net between your human beings going. The light needs to be kept shining, needs to be kept alive. Flame goes out easily in the darkness, but it's the most necessary in the darkest. So don't let this be a time of despair, because light is dimming a bit. Let this be a time of sharing the flame, of sharing the light. Be here for each other in tough times. And spread some warmth. The bond of connections that you keep alive during these darker times of the year. Is more reliable very often. Because in darker times, those connections to your human beings, to your fellow human beings, so much more treasured. People feel the loneliness sometimes in their hearts. And there is not so much going on around them. When all the day is a bit gloomy and dim outside, there is not so much of the sun to be seen. Necessarily, humans are withdrawn. They look inward, as they should be. It's a time of reflection. This is not something new, something you have never heard of. Your elders have been teaching you this for centuries. But it is a good time to remember this. Look out for your fellow humans, the lonely ones, the elderly, the ones without a partner or a family. Keep the connections alive. Keep the web of connections strong. In months to come, this will be necessary. There will be many instances where a strong web of connections that is reliable in crisis and emergency is needed. Please look out for all those who cannot look out for themselves as much as you may can. Please extend a helping hand. Please share the love and the light. In the darkest times, light is needed most. This is your opportunity to shine your light most brightly. Make wintertime summertime. With your own light, be your own body of suns. Extend all your rays. Unite stars and suns on your own skies. Don't let any atrocity scare you. These are only man-made. They are not forever lasting. But your love in a moment of need is forever lasting. The light you bring to someone who is in darkness is the most brightest thing you can think of. It's a reminder of home, where you really truly come from, where you're never alone, where you're always carried within a web of love and understanding. This is your time to make heaven on earth. Be prepared with an open heart. Not in fear, but in readiness. Overcome density. This is an illusion only.